What's up, Flamingos? Welcome to Fix a Flat 101. So you're out for your first ride, maybe you get a flat. Hold on, let's rewind that. Let me set the scene. So you decide to attend your first Bike Ride Friday. You meet at Tanner's, maybe you had a delicious latte, probably a scrumptious coffee cake, and now it's time to hit the road. You start crushing up Pershing, you look back, Kevin's sandbagging. Kevin, you suck, let's go! Turn back, bam! Great BMW, splat, I'm on the ground. Shit! Get up, look around, grab the bike, let's go. Oh shit, tire's flat. If you want to hear more, ask our stud athlete, Marquise, what happened to him. So here we go. Let's fix our flat. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to release my brake. It just makes it a little easier to get the tire off and on, especially once there's air in the tire. A little earlier today we went over the tools that I like to carry in my saddlebag. First thing I'm going to pull out here is my tire levers. Some people use one. I like to use two of them. I put them both in together. I kind of just go down here, hook it onto the spoke, and then I'm just going to work this around the wheel until the tube is all the way off. All right, now we're going to take that tube out. I like to keep all of my tubes unless the puncture happened around the nozzle here. I'll just patch it up and use this as my spare. Next thing, we get out our new tube. And we're going to put it in basically the same way we took it out. If this was an actual flat and I was on the road, before I put my tube in, I would actually take the tire off and work my fingers around the inside to make sure whatever punctured my tire still isn't there. But since I'm faking this in my living room, I'm just going to go ahead and put the tube in. This one actually had been an old flat that I patched up myself. Now it's ready to go. Just try to make sure your tube isn't twisted up and it's all the way in, nice and flat up against the top of your tire. You want to make sure it's not tangled up so you can avoid getting a pinch flat. Once you get the tire back on the rim, you want to make sure that tube's not stuck under the tire, or it will explode. It will sound like a gunshot and your neighbors will probably call 911. So you can easily use your tool to put this on, or your hands. If you got some big strong hands like me, you just run it back over the rim. Again, making sure the tube is under the tire. And if you get to a point to where the tire's giving you trouble and it won't beat on, just work it on like so. I'm gonna make sure that my tube's not stuck under the tire, because if this does explode, my neighbors will definitely call the police on me. I'm gonna say, I'm pretty sure that guy may have just shot his wife. So tube is in. This is your CO2, and this is your CO2 trigger. This is really simple. I like to get the simplest machinery because if there's too many components on here, this thing could fail. And when you're out on the road 30 miles from your home, the last thing you want is it to fail. So the fewer components, the better. This is just like a whippet. You're gonna put it in the cracker. You're gonna turn it until it cracks. Gonna make sure the valve is open on my tube. I'm gonna put my trigger on. I'm gonna put just a little bit of CO2 in just to get it started. Make sure that my tube is under my tire, in fact, and then I'll put the rest of the CO2 in. Once your tire is at the proper PSI, put it back on, and I'm ready to roll. Let's put the wheel back on the fork. Cinch it. Brake on. And that's it. I'm ready to roll. That's all there is to fixing a flat. If you know this, you're gonna avoid the walk of shame, pushing your bike home in your dorky bike shoes. That's it. If you have any questions, slack me.